if people want to watch this. So, so that is the longest day and the most light. But summer is a time with a lot of light. We could think about it that way, but then also patience. And so if you think about it, we can connect with the seasons. Spring inspires us to grow and plant and do all of our hard work with like cleaning up, whether we're planting seeds, doing spring cleaning, whatever it is, there's a lot of work. Now, summer is about being patient and trusting into what we have created and allowing it to just basically take form. And allowing it to just flourish during this time. So we could take that as with whatever intentions we set, literally plants if we want to, but like think of it as our inner selves as well. So also surrendering is big right now. So for me, oh my God. So I was thinking about this today. We know this already, but I had to come back to it. So we're in the year of the pig, which is all about indulgence. So indulgence in everything. So like, indulgence we can think of as food, but we can also think of like having plenty of just everything around us. But for me, for food, since that's been my intention to like really release any addictions around food, it's showing up in ways where I don't know how to explain this. I feel like I need to surrender and not control it as much, because for me, like last year and some of this year, I've been like really wanting to like specifically set intentions around it. And when I start to indulge more, I get frustrated with myself instead of surrendering to that. So that's where my focus is going to be this season, and like seeing if I can surrender that completely during this Cancer season, and seeing where my emotions are still being controlled in those ways. Because like I said, it's an emotional addiction, which I've released a lot of, but I still, like I can see in areas where I am still releasing, and it's illuminating for me. So it's our job to handle the changes in flow with grace, ease, and enough flexibility, and not to get frustrated or trying to control the situation, just allowing it to be. Spider's visiting me right now. Thank you. Go away. So it's also a time of inner contemplation. So this is a great time for meditation, especially when we're dealing with all these emotions. So going in and contemplating what our feelings are about, and like really allowing ourselves to feel our inner world, and like we're the only one that can really understand what's happening within here, and we just need to allow ourselves to just feel it and contemplate over it and observe it, and know ourselves on a deeper level. So like what energy defines your core but is often unseen by others and even unexplainable to others? Like what nurtures this part of yourself, the part that is often misunderstood by the world? Take that time to really nurture that, and don't try to find that nurturing outside of you. Try to find it within you to do it, because when we feel misunderstood, it's really because we're not taking that time to nurture that ourselves. And Cancer is the sign of the mother, so that's why nurturing is coming up really strong right now. She's a nurturing mother, and self-care right now specifically is going to show up as our highest priority. And like Kate, I know this is hard for you, but like it's a time to like, so like you're a big doer and you always feel like you need to do stuff. So this time is really finding the ways where we can just be while also like doing something. So for example, like a spa day is doing something, but it's allowing you to just be, like stuff like that. So instead of doing, which even, I feel like even crocheting, if you're just like sitting there and using it in a meditative way, that's also self-care, because you're allowing yourself to sit with yourself instead of like being in the moment. So now like really being present with yourself, being present with your emotions, and not trying to be all up in here as much, because this is not really all about our mind right now. We're really connecting with our intuition. So So we need patience, care, and love in order to bloom. So that's all connecting with the nurturing mother. And we need to feel secure within ourselves to take the leaps necessary for expansion. So now it's really knowing that we only have to rely on ourselves. We don't need anybody else. We can do this ourselves, and we need to be our own biggest cheerleader, basically. So, yeah, so now is the time to connect with our instincts and know where inner compass is by following our heart and our emotions and really allowing ourselves to feel into those sensations and feeling into our emotions, and whether tears come up, fears, hope, or joy, feel into that and take care of yourself and your emotions and your vulnerability, and then feel your intuition and dig deep into the depths of your being. So just like allow yourself to really feel into that instead of trying to run from it or judge it. So you will start to feel intensely throughout the season, which is okay, and allow ourselves to be separate from it, observant of it, and not like making it one with us. Like, we are not our emotions. Our emotions are just coming up for us, but we are not the emotions themselves. So Neptune also went into retrograde. Where did I write this down? And it's in Pisces, which really connects with this Cancer season too, because this is also a water sign. And I'm pretty sure Pisces rules Neptune because it's the planet of dreams, illusions, and higher consciousness. So it's going to be in retrograde until November, which when it goes retrograde, what always happens is it spins inward. So it spins inward. So we're going to notice where we're being drawn to come inward, rather reflecting into our outer world and looking for things outside of us. And we have 3 other planets in retrograde right now too. So what we're going to notice is new awakenings happening, downloads, hidden truths, stepping out of reality and seeing things from a different perspective. So yeah, Pisces rules this planet, which is going to really show the real raw energy of Neptune. So it's a time to slow down, listen, and pay attention to all that's around you, because the veil is really thin right now, which allows us to see the illusion and be able to see what reality actually is much easier. And we're going to start to really, as we move into 2020, we're going to see the veil thinning even more. And where there's judgment, it's going to be illuminated until we start to release that completely and really connect with love. And where it's not showing up, it's just going to start to be more prominent and illuminated, and people around us are going to see it much clearer. They're going to start to realize that what they're doing is not working. They're suffering and continuously doing the same thing over and over. So it's just going to illuminate for them even stronger, and they're going to find new ways of being. So this is a time to really find those new ways of thinking and understanding. So there's no separation, and a lot of the stories we tell ourselves are myths. Look past what you've always believed and uncover something deeper. So if it doesn't feel right, or if you're like something is trying to catch your attention and you just are starting to question things, think about that and really see that we've been told myths and lies, basically, and now we're starting to see the truth. So think of the big and small events that have changed your reality. So when that happens, though, when we have big or small events, usually those things, I mean, a small event could shift your energy too. But like when something happens, usually it shifts our mind or it shifts our energy. But we don't need an event to shift our reality. We could do it within us. So when we connect with like those events and think about them and see how it has shifted our reality, then try to bring it to our now and see how we can also shift our reality within ourselves, with our minds. And that's how we begin with new beliefs and thoughts that we tell ourselves, and really shifting it to a higher perspective, shifting it to a loving way, and really moving into that higher vibration rather than the conditioned beliefs we have. So Not that everything is roses and rainbows, but align with a thought or word or actions that feel best to you in that moment. So remove your glasses of judgment and see the truth. Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn are all in retrograde, slowing down, giving us the opportunity to look within, reflect, and return to spirit. And knowing that we already know. We already know. And right now, we're just raising the vibrations of planet as best as we can, and really just connecting with that truth and looking past what the lies that we've been told or we've been grown up to condition and believe. So, okay. That's pretty much what we're connecting with for the next month. June 30th is when we have our solar eclipse. So I'll speak more to that, and we have a new moon as well. What are your moon signs? Britt, yours is Libra moon, right? Or no? Did you fall asleep?
I don't know what mine is. I think I can look that up. Right?
Yeah, you can. It's pretty.
My birth natal chart, right?
Yeah. It'll be under your moon. But I know you're a lot of Pisces, so it might be Pisces moon for you.
Probably. Everything for me is Pisces.
And I feel like you'll really connect. If that's your moon scope, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah. I have Scorpio moon, which is also water. So Pisces is water, Scorpio is water. So this energy, I actually connect very, I don't want to say easily with, but like it's a comfort in a sense, because I already connect with that water part of me. And there's no like resistance or tension around it. I just naturally flow with it. But because I'm Scorpio, I also have very intense emotions. So I can run away with it if I'm not aware and I don't stop myself, because the intensity that comes up with that emotion, I have to stop myself instead of reacting to it and really be still and reflect over what that emotion is happening. And sometimes, okay, yeah, sometimes maybe allowing that to come out outwardly too, but trying to do so in a way that's where I can observe it as it's happening, rather than just going all out and blindly just being whatever it is.
I think my moon is in Sagittarius.
Okay. All right. So Sagittarius moon, you love movement and new energy. You are constantly thinking about your next step and your next adventure. Cancer season, though, is yeah, actually this makes more sense. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cancer season, though, is a time to sit still and be with yourself as is. It's a time to process the adventures you've already had and integrate them into your core. It's through the process that you take this season to reflect on where you've been and what you've done. Allow these lessons to help you form a new way of being and a new perspective. On the new moon, allow yourself to dream from your intuition. Where does your soul want to take you, and how will that lead you to the next version of yourself? So we'll be doing that next week. Like
Okay.
connecting with our intuition and like realizing where we want to go next. But yes, see, once again, just slow down, stop for a minute, and just be. I know that's hard for you, but find the way. I feel like find the ways for you where you're able to just be. Like whether it's a task like this, because it keeps you busy, but you can also sit there and daydream.
Normally, this is what I do. I go to bed and then I sit and I watch TV and I crochet. And like that's my I look forward to this every single day.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I think though, if you take the time, so that's great, because I know what that's, I love watching TV too. Actually, I just started Riverdale, and that's going to be an addiction in us. Yeah, I know. I loved The Ranch for a little while. I watched the whole thing. It's hilarious. I love the dad. But anyway, but I have to be very aware of like how often I'm tuning myself out into those shows, because then I don't give myself the chance to actually be with myself. So I feel like if you set the intention to be like, okay, I'm going to watch TV these days, but then I make sure I give myself a day a week to crochet and just allow myself. And you said you don't like, I don't know if that was you or someone else.
Hey, you froze.
What?
froze. So
Oh, I did. No, someone said to me they don't like to be by themselves. I don't know if that was you. I think it might have been someone else. They don't like to be by themselves. Did I freeze again?
yeah.
No. Okay. And like not doing anything, like it makes them really uncomfortable. Not like not doing anything, but like not listening to anything or like being distracted. I don't think it was you, but
It was me. Might have been.
Amanda's awake. Hey, girl. So yeah, like if it was me, like this would just be like if I was you and I like crocheting, right? I would make the intention to just sit and crochet and just allow myself to be with myself for a little while and not be distracted by the TV.
Okay.
Okay, just like maybe once a week, because unless you have another time that you do this already.
Oh.
No. Okay, I didn't think so. Yeah. It's really hard to recondition yourself to make time for that because we make it as we have so much to get done that it like just seems like a pointless thing, but it's actually really important. Because even for me, sometimes when I slip out of an alignment, like I notice it and I'm like, God damn it, I didn't spend enough time just being for a little bit. There's a lot of dogs right here right now, and it's driving me nuts. We need to get to the meditation part. So what was I gonna say? I don't even know what I can say. They just really distract me. Thomas! Okay, anyway. Amanda, do you know your moon sign by any chance? Or can you look it up quickly? I think Brittany's already asleep.
No, I'm still awake.
Oh, you are? Okay, you're Libra moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read your moon scope. So you love partnerships of any kind. Cancer season, though, is all about your relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
And look, we were just talking about this. It's a time to dive deep into the parts of you that no one else can understand. It's a solo journey and teaches you about what makes you unique in comparison to others. It also shows you what you bring to the table of any partnership. Take time this season to understand yourself on a different level and then apply that knowledge to strengthen your relationships. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who is anchored within themselves in any partnership. Stay true to yourself and your boundaries, and the right partner will find their way to you.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll read mine. And then Amanda, if you know yours, let me know.
What is this? A book or what is it?
Yeah, so this is actually in Spirit Daughters book that I get, like the monthly book.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Amanda, do you know your moon sign or how to look it up?
I just sent her a link to look it up.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll read mine in the meantime. So you love transformation, diving deep, and exploring your feelings. This season will nourish all of those things within you and bring them to a new level. You, like Cancer, are also a water sign. With all of this water, you can get swept away in your emotions and allow them to overrun your life. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, if I don't stop myself, I will like out there. Find some solid ground this season, whether it be space to process your feelings, time to sit still, or even a good friend who can help you sort out your inner workings of your mind. On the new moon, fully give into your intuition. Even if your logical mind tries to take over, completely allow your inner compass to steer your course and make the decisions needed for the start of the new cycle. That goes with this moon because water. All right, Amanda, did you find it by any chance?
I just got the link. Hold on one second.
No worries. I'm hoping you got before I start the meditation.
Oh, I missed the whole beginning of that. I missed the whole beginning of the meditation.
Oh, it's okay. The only thing I read the energy update, but I'm recording this, so if you want to go back and listen to it.
Okay.
The update of Cancer and Neptune just went into retrograde, which is like the planet of dreams and illusions. It's just it's a very intuitive planet.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Kate, you would love the dog that Thomas just picked up today. He's a dogo. If you've heard of it. he's a really cool looking dog. He's not here right now, but we picked him up today from about 2 hours away. But he's really cool looking. I gotta send you a picture.
Yeah,
They
he
can
did.
stay.
I'm getting.
What did you say?
I'm getting a dog in weeks. Well, it's Matt's dog, but it's my birthday present.
Oh, really? Is it the
Yeah.
one that you showed me or no?
No, it's a different one. That lady being crazy person.
Oh, really? Oh, look at Amanda's got her dog right there.
I had both of my dogs, but my husband took the puppy. This is Juniper. Juniper, say hi.
Aw, he's so
She said, "Leave me alone."
Aw.
I was like,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Did you find it?
I did. I got it. So, what am I looking for?
Okay, so which one did you send her? Kate, you could probably explain it better because you're looking at the chart.
Okay, hold on.
I think
What
I
are you-
have this.
Amanda?
What am I? What do you mean?
Yeah. Did you find the?
I got the tropical zodiac. Oh, yeah.
So there should be like a little chart, and you'll see like moon, and then next to it will be a sign, or like
Yeah.
sun, and next to it is a sign. Whatever is next to moon and the sign that is, that's your moon sign.
Okay, so my moon sign is Taurus.
Okay, cool. All right, so Taurus moon.
My moon and my sun are Taurus. That's
Oh,
funny.
really?
Yeah.
Taurus. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you love to create a beautiful sanctuary and actually need it to feel fulfilled emotionally. Take time this season to carve out places that allow you to connect with your internal world fully, whether it be the perfect place to meditate or a full kitchen remodel. Create a space which grounds your energy and fosters a deep connection with yourself. From this deep connection, take the leap you've been dreaming about. Venture away from your emotional comfort zones in search of expansion. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who is ready to jump into a new way of being, even if it feels unstable at first. Know you can always rely on yourself. I feel like that's perfect timing with you just about to have the baby too, because like nesting mode just like takes on that level.
I've redone their nursery like 6 times.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe like make a space for you. Like I have my space in here. Maybe like create a space for you to just like, that's like your space. Just like
I was just thinking that because like normally I take the bedroom for meditations and I sit by my little end table, but my husband's really tired, so he's gonna go to bed, and I was like, it doesn't feel the same on the couch, but like that little end table is like my home space for everything. Like it has all my crystals and everything. So.
Do you have another space that you can make without it being
like the bedroom?
only
I think maybe. Like everything has a place in the house right now, but like we have this one room where there's a deep freezer. It used to be like the dog room. If we move the deep freezer, that could be like the perfect place.
Yeah, there you go. Especially
Yeah.
using the space. That would be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And it's like right next to like a big bay window where like 90% of the time the moon is shining through it, so that would be perfect.
Oh wow. Oh
yeah.
You have to do that.
I know. I gotta find a place for the deep freezer though.
Oh, you could do that. Just ask your husband to move it.
Yeah, I know. Like, excuse me, can you find a place for this? Thank you.
I need this out of my way, but the rest I can do.
Right. Put it outside. I don't.
Yeah. That's so funny. Jess, perfect timing. Do you know your moon before we start? Because I'm about to do the meditation, but
No,
I can tell you your moon scope before I start.
I don't. Can you hear me? I always mess this up.
Do you know what your moon is? Your moon sign?
I don't.
That's okay. I can't send you the link right now. Kate,
I can
put it in
hold
the
on.
chat maybe.
I can, yeah.
Okay.
I'll send it over.
Okay, so And then we'll just start the meditation. Hopefully, I actually, it's fine because I want these dogs to calm down first. And we're just doing a short one. But it's very purposeful. Okay, let's see. No.
Chat. Chat. How do I do this? Oh, here we go.
That was perfect, right?
That makes me happy. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, we just got back from like, and I was like, hey, hopefully it's still going.
All right, I just posted it in the chat on this.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Oh, I didn't even know this had a chat.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. Actually, I don't know if you guys are on a computer or phone, so I can. Do you see it, Jess?
I do. I'm working.
Okay, perfect. I'll put on some music if the dogs are still barking. But hopefully,
Sounds like my house all the time.
you don't, yeah, you understand.
Lucky my dog. Or
Yeah, your dogs don't really bark, do they?
Sheldon does not bark for shit. Ever, but Otis will bark if he sees.
Willow literally barks at the wind. Like, I don't understand. She freaks me out because it sounds like there's someone at the door, and I can't hear if you're knocking on the door from the other side of the house. And I'll come up to the front, and there's nothing. There's never anything, but she acts like there's a serial killer outside. Like, every 5 minutes, she drives me crazy.
My dog growing up used to do that, and it was so annoying. These
It
dogs
is.
are fine.
Like, between like me yelling at Grayson and me yelling at Willow, my neighbors probably think I'm crazy.
My moon is Aries.
Aries, okay, cool.
Cool.
So we all had different ones too. So Aries moon, okay. You love the act of doing anything, and are confident in all of your endeavors. This season, though, it's time for you to just be and trust what you have done is enough. This may be challenging for you, but spend some time taking care of yourself and especially tending to your body this season. So allow your actions to be focused on self-care and restoration as you wait for the seeds you've already planted to grow. On the new moon, envision a version of yourself who incorporates more self-nourishment into their routine as a foundation of evolution. That's a good one. I actually like that a lot.
I do like that.
Yeah. And I was just saying to Kate, because so this season is really like allowing yourself to just like stop doing stuff and allowing yourself to be instead, and really carving out that space to do it. Even though you feel like you have stuff to do, stop and just like give that time for yourself. So even doing it with your sister or something, that might help to do that together and like set those intentions. So as a team, we're always better, or as a group, we're always better.
Yes. It's wonderful having her around. I'm loving it.
Oh, that's awesome. Good. And especially when she's going through changes too, you know, like that's great to be able to be with you during that.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to also listen to the energy update, I'm recording it now. So that was before the moon scopes, and I'll just give you an idea of what we're connecting with, because it's basically emotional roller coaster this season, because we're connecting with Cancer. What was I going to say? And that's all about feeling your emotions. So it's going to go from high to low and all in between. So just allowing yourself to be present with it and not really react, but more just feel what you're feeling and allow yourself to basically just, you know, process what you're feeling before necessarily just reacting to what's causing that. and try your best to shift that. But we're evolving, so it all takes time, and you're not going to do it perfectly, but just, and being patient with yourself too. Okay. So the season of Cancer can bring up many feelings, some from the conscious mind and some from the subconscious. This season can feel like a roller coaster of emotions. It's important to incorporate even just a few moments of meditation daily to help stay detached from emotions while still being able to witness them in their entirety. So it's really about being as present as you can without like feeling like your emotions are you. They're just flowing through you, which is a difference. So detaching yourself from that flow of emotions that's coming up. It's also important that we feel at home in our bodies and not like a prisoner of our changing moods. So what we're gonna do a meditation that we can do daily for ourselves and really create this intention to keep our mind focused and find that peace within, because when the emotional turmoil comes up, we want to be able to find our grounding and be more comfortable with it instead of suffering through this experience. So then we also have the new moon solar eclipse, when emotions will be at an all-time high. So that's coming up next week, so that's gonna be fun. I'm sure it's fun pregnant too. I can only imagine.
Oh my God. Like, no more.
This process is, but it's
It's a
helpful to know what's going on rather than blindly dealing with it. That's what I
Okay.
feel like I like the best about it. So when I stay connected with that, I'm just like, okay, I just understand this is a process, not just being crazy. So
We're just like everybody just be aware.
yeah,
It's gonna
exactly.
be there.
Those are good gifts too. Okay. All right, so I'll just do some like, I'll do this one. So I'm gonna put like, just in case these dogs are annoying again. All right. So we're gonna do 2 different exercises, and I really want you guys to integrate this into you. So then, when you notice you're not aligned, like you're becoming unaligned, either through your emotions or just busyness and not like allowing yourself to be focused and present, come back to this exercise and see if it helps you move through your day better, or maybe set the intention to do it in the morning first thing when you wake up, and like making self-care a priority. This is part of that self-care. So okay, I'll put you guys on mute. Okay. So this is a simple meditation to focus your mind and ground you within your body. So it's really good for bringing your mind back to the present moment and remind you that your breath is the most important thing. I often will find myself all of a sudden tuning into my breathing because I'm not focused on it, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm not breathing deep enough. I'm doing short breaths. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just, whatever's going on is causing that. And then when I start to breathe into myself again, I bring myself back to now. So get yourself comfortable for a moment. And we're going to close your eyes. I'm not going to do the whole body scan right now because I just want to bring this to a simple ritual. So keep your eyes closed and bring your awareness to your breath. And as you inhale, say to yourself in your mind, I am inhaling. And as you exhale, say to yourself, I am exhaling. And we're going to repeat this for like a few times. And allow your breath to be natural, not changing in any way, just observing the reality of breathing. So by doing this, you're really allowing yourself to be present in this space. So we're going to inhale. I am inhaling. I am exhaling. 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 So you do that, and hopefully your mind doesn't wander. If you notice your mind's still wandering, keep doing it until your mind stops wandering and really tunes into that moment of that breathing. So by doing that, it keeps your mind focused instead of trying to go in other places. And that will bring you back to now and just really connect you with your breath. And if you could do that before, you know, whether you do it at night, like set a time in the day and try to make it like, I'm going to set this for my intentions in the morning when I do my workout, and I'm going to do this for a few minutes, because I'd rather be able to be present and observe before the emotions come up. And I think that'll help. So now we're going to do a light meditation for a moment. Okay, so you're going to let your whole body relax and let your breath be natural. And you can close your eyes if they're not closed already. And I want you to envision a purple light coming down from the crown of your head, and feel it slowly make its way over your head, over your face, over your shoulders, relaxing each area it touches. Spread the light over your torso, your arms, your hands, and feeling it soothe and calm the deepest layers of your being. On your physical body, but also within your body, allow that light to flow. Continue to spread the light over your hips, your legs, and your feet, until finally your entire body is bathed in a purple light. And feel this purple light soothing your emotions, your muscles, and your heart. And really allow it to just flow through your entire body. Now, see a cord of light extending from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Each side connecting you to the polarity of the universe. All while you remain encased in safety and peace of the purple light. Now breathe here for a few minutes while you visualize this cord coming from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And while you have purple light surrounding your entire being. Focus on the light and the serenity it offers. And really feel connection between these lights. And allow yourself to align with this cord of light. Now I want you to visualize that cord of light at your heart center and moving to your right hand through your arm. And allow your right hand to connect with your body. This is the body part of you. Your physical body in alignment from this place. And allow your right hand to connect to your heart by visualizing a cord of light flowing between the two. Your right hand represents your physical body. Now visualize a cord running from your heart center down to your feet. Now this cord represents the connection from your heart to the earth. And visualize that strong cord of light. Now visualize a light flowing between your left hand and your heart center. Now this represents your mind and your emotions. Allow that light to flow between your left hand and your heart center. All while encased in this purple light. Now visualize your heart center and a cord flowing up to the top of your head. Now this represents your connection to the divine. Visualize that light flowing from your heart through the top of your head. Now visualize all of the cords that we just focused on and see them all connect. From your feet to your heart, from your hands to your heart, from the top of your head to your heart. And allow that cord of light to just connect simultaneously from each end. All while encased in bright purple light, protecting your entire being and keeping you warm, at peace, and safe. And when you're ready, you can slowly let the light fade away. You can bring yourself back to conscious awareness. And start to move and wiggle your toes and bring yourself back to here and now. And feel the peace and the lightness that was created within. And bring yourself back to here and now. So I basically just did an alignment on you guys. So that cord was aligning your body, and then the connection of the cords, I don't know how you visualized it, but that aligned and created balance within you. So hopefully that'll keep you grounded and balanced as we connect with this emotional time, and instead of really being swept up by everything, allow ourselves to be balanced. Did you guys connect with that pretty well? I did this the other day, and I was like totally out of it.
I really liked it.
You did? Good.
I've been out of it for so long, so any meditation right now is amazing.
I know, right? Doesn't it, like, when you stop doing it for a little while, it's like, oh, that was great. Like, I totally needed that. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. That's good to know. I actually remember I did the I think you guys saw the post where I did the what is it, summer solstice event, and we did an alignment, and it was similar to this one, and I was just like, oh, that was perfect. I just really needed that. So I put part of it in this meditation because it was great. We use crystals though, so next time when we're in person together, I'll just give you guys crystals. Or I can also tell you to get some crystals to use. All right. So, you guys are still awake. Brittany signed off because she's sleeping. Amanda, how was that for you?
That was really relaxing. And I totally agree with Jess. Like, I needed that, especially after a week of the flu. It just felt so good to just sit and meditate and, like, be out of my body for a second.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense too.
And I love the color purple. So the fact that it's like a purple light, that was awesome.
Well, and that's awesome because purple is actually your divine connection. So, like, when you visualize purple, you're actually setting that intention to connect with source. So you do that.
Okay.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Kate, how are you doing? Were you able to relax over there? Are you still? Oh, good. Okay.
I'm here. My
Also-
mind was wandering a little bit, but
It was.
yeah.
Okay.
Kate's distracted today.
I'm always distracted. I was actually, you know what I was thinking about, Amanda, was what I was going to wear to your baby shower.
Wear a purple dress.
I literally thought you were going to turn the camera on. I'm going to still see this crocheting going on. I'd be like, well, we tried.
I gotta finish Amanda's blanket.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a great season to get yourself out of your head.
Yeah.
It'll be basically what I'm saying. It'll be much easier to do so if you set the intentions and actually try to do it. That's what I mean. So, totally up to you, girl. Or we could just crochet.
Her baby shower is next month.
I know, it's exciting.
Okay.
And then when I go back to school, I'm not gonna have no time to do it.
Oh, nuts. She's a busy lady.
I know.
Yeah.
We're the ones creating our reality. Kate wanted to create this chaos clearly for herself.
Yo, I'm the chaos coordinator.
She is. She does a really good job at, like,
That's
not imploding though. Like, I don't know how she does
I
it.
implode every day.
I don't know. I don't think that you really do. I
okay.
think you do, but like not fully.
Well, thanks.
Let's see. So I pulled this for the group first. Where is the paper though? Where's the page? So we got shaman. Hold on. If I could find the page though. There it is. Okay. Ancient healing wisdom. So the deep, compassionate eyes of this Native American shaman portray the wisdom of one who has seen and who knows. He has witnessed vision, spirit, suffering, and joy, and knows that everything that exists has spirit intentionality behind it. Able to travel beyond the veil of ordinary reality. I like this card actually a lot. The shaman's primary assistance is to discern and maintain the balance between what human community takes from with the natural world and what it gives back. When this relationship is out of balance, the shaman must do whatever is necessary to restore it. Balance equals healing. The shaman lives his life in ceremony and treats everything with reverence, including the great mystery of death and the even greater mystery of life. He works with his spirit helpers, including his ancestral spirits, to help him in his service to his people and to Earth Mother, providing a liaison between the spiritual and physical worlds, charged with relieving suffering as one of his priorities. The shaman does so by first always tending to the spiritual wound, the source of all illness. These healing powers have been passed along over the millennia from the ancient ones who knew the healing curative powers of spirit. So it says, all illnesses, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, stem from an illness of spirit. It may be due to soul loss, psychic intrusions, ancestral karma, or any other spiritual causes that could be contributing to the manifest condition for which you seek help. Whatever other methodologies or remedies you pursue, whether allopathic, alternative, or combination, let the healing of your spirit be your priority. I like this. I'm really liking this card. Okay, so know that the deepest spiritual wound is the illusion of being separate from Source, God, Great Spirit, or whatever name you give the Creator. It is the trick of the mind that creates this sense of separation. This is a time for deep healing, starting with your relationship with Spirit. Call upon your spirit guides and ancestors to help you with any emotional, mental, or physical healing that you need. Call upon the Creator to assist you in mending any rift in your relationship with Spirit. Choose thoughts that support wholeness and well-being. Allow any darker thoughts or shadows to appear as well, but simply observe them as they arise in consciousness, then dissolve. See yourself as healed, whole, and complete, and it shall be. I love this card. Love this card. So this is the group card. So basically allowing yourself to create that relationship with Source and really connecting with God and knowing that is your ultimate priority, is to be one with that. And then obviously the relationship of self helps that as well. But when we connect with that, it helps us bring us back into alignment. When we lose that, and we lose that faith, and we lose that oneness, that actually is where we start to feel unbalanced and kind of all over the place. So whenever you feel any sort of, like, you know, if you're anxious, bring yourself back to that. If let's say you have the flu. Like, this is a great example. You had the flu, right? So, like, connect back with Spirit. And that's why meditation felt so good tonight, because you brought yourself back to that connection. As I'm getting chills. So you guys see why it feels so good. It's because we've been, I don't want to say lacking, but like haven't been focusing and making that our priority as much as we should be. So that card is awesome. So perfect. All right, Jess, I'm going to pull you a card now. I know you haven't gotten a card in a while. So. Uh-oh, you got a wake-up call. Tsunami wake-up call. Let's see what that is. Who's barking? Who's dogging?
Hey, kitty girl. What?
All right, wake-up call.
Spirit in our
You are getting a wake-up call. It may be in a form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life. Typically one that you're not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring, yet you also know that it is time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You are experiencing a real-life drama, so there's no need to amplify it more than it already is. Often when you look back after something like this has passed, you can recall signs that foreshadowed it happening. There may have been obvious clues that you ignored or omens that are so subtle that they were easy to dismiss as imaginings of the mind rather than the voice of your instinct. There are many anecdotes about animals operating purely on instinct, picking up clues and naturally seeking higher ground before an approaching tsunami reaches land. To negotiate this wake-up call, listen closely to your instincts, while at the same time seeking the higher ground of spiritual truth. So I don't know if there's any drama going on in your life, but like the biggest thing I take out of this is connecting with your instincts, because that's actually a big part of Cancer, is connecting with those instincts. And crabs, which is Cancer, really rely on their instincts, on the way that their patterns are and the way that they move. Like, they literally will leave their home and go to seek a bigger home for themselves on pure instinct, not knowing where to find one. So like that's what I get out of this card. Really focus on your instincts and trust yourself. And then connect with that spiritual truth and connect with spirit and have faith that you have that connection already and trust in that. Does that make sense to you? I mean, I don't really care. If there's a drama part, you could tell me about it, but like I wouldn't stress about that if nothing's going on. That's basically what I'm saying.
I mean, right away, Kev's leaving in the fall. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. And I'm not dealing well with it. I'm avoiding it completely. So
Oh,
he brings it up and I just go, nope, it's not happening yet. I'm not ready to deal with it. So
gotcha.
that could very well be it. But
I don't know.
And that kind of makes sense because you're before it's like almost like preparing yourself before it comes. But if you avoid it, then you can't prepare yourself for those things that might show up while he's not there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense then for sure. Stop.
I think there's a spirit in
I
that.
know you're leaving, babe, and I really don't want you to, but we're gonna have to face this. I know. I'm sure it's rough. I couldn't even. I don't know. You and Kim, I don't know how you guys do that. It's just that's insane. I mean, you adapt to it. I'm sure you adapt to it. Is he with you now?
He's up doing whatever for 2 weeks. He's away. So
Okay. But he's not like gone, like he's not on deployment like Kim's.
not yet. Nope. He leaves in the fall.
Okay. So you're like, it kind of, the hard part is you get so comfortable in your routine that resistance of change, like, is where you're avoiding probably. Because
Yeah, I don't know. So far, I'm just trying to avoid it all because I'm not ready for him to be gone. And yeah.
Oh, I mean, soak up all the moments that you can.
Oh, yeah.
And then from there, figure it out. Okay, I got Submerged Iceberg. Great. They're such positive cards, let me tell you. Okay. Let's see. Because I have been, okay, let's see.
Probably a cat. Oh. There's weird animals making noises.
Oh.
That's okay. My dogs keep barking at like nothing, and I'm convinced that there's like a spirit in the house or something. Like,
Or
because Juniper never barks.
do you think it's because my dogs are barking though?
No, because when your dogs were barking, my dogs were sleeping. They didn't care. And then out of nowhere, they just started like, when you were reading Jess's card, they started barking.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Spirit is good, so I wouldn't fear spirit. We tend to fear it because we think it's like a negative thing because it's the unknown. But spirit is actually a good thing, and they're always there to protect you. And I will say, oh, here comes the chills. Big time. Okay, I'll say it. So pretty much when we set the intentions, holy shit, I love when this happens. Anyway, when we set the intentions to like connect as a group, we're actually calling in spirit. So they're going to be surrounding us.
That's weird because as you were saying that, I was getting the chills too.
Yeah.
Well, they're here, and my dogs feel that. My dogs are like, excuse me, who are you? Introduce yourself. Pet me.
It's all positive energy we're calling it, and I would never even like mess with any. It's all high vibrational, protecting us. So I wouldn't even worry. Most of the time, it's our loved ones, maybe higher masters, which would be like Native Americans or like I don't know, maybe Buddha would be here with us. Call him in.
That.
But like and sometimes like I'll connect with Jesus or like certain intentions. Usually during sessions and stuff, but we can do that too. That'll take our meditations to the next level if you guys want to do that. Like call in specific spirits to connect with. That would be fun. I would actually enjoy that. And remember Kate. So Kate was there when I tried to do the meditation with the Native Americans because I was so excited to do it that I kind of just like pushed it forward when it wasn't ready. And I want to go back to that at some point. It's basically we connect with a group of Native Americans and they're totally with us when we do it too. But
that is so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
do it
so
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is okay. So here's mine. Mine is submerged. Whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere somehow. These are your shadow aspects. At one time, you put them out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you, and you may even harshly judge these characteristics when they are exhibited. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. These may make up some sort of self-expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge or accept. Whatever you have submerged deep inside of you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you. So this totally connects with Cancer. So Cancer is about going within those deep part of ourselves and allowing ourselves to feel. So basically that's just saying allow myself to go through that, which I sometimes don't like to do that. And I think that's like the Aquarius side of me, which is like the detached, like, so we'll see. But
Is Aquarius February?
it is, yes, part of February.
Okay, that would make sense. My sister, she's really detached,
From
like
her emotions.
from
Mhm.
everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Aquarius can be like that. We come off kind of standoffish or cold.
Cold. She's so cold.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. Tommy's sister is an Aquarius, and she's like that too. But I also think she's introverted.
Well, here's what I was gonna say too. So it's not, they don't mean to come off cold, but it comes off that way, and they don't realize. But whatever's going inside is not actually that. And by not expressing their emotions, they come off cold or like how they're feeling. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like they just don't want to even like go there. Like I give off a sense of detachment sometimes, and my husband's a Libra, and I think sometimes that would make him feel insecure because I'm not showing that affection because I'm not doing it intentionally, but just because that's just me. And it comes off as if I'm detached. But I've made that more of a priority, and I think that's like shifted a lot, like paying attention to the things he needs as well. But for me, like I could probably just, it doesn't matter. Like that's just an Aquarius thing for sure. So yeah, when you start to like really understand the signs too, it's interesting how those qualities show up. Okay, Amanda, your turn. Okay, you got vigilance. Stone people. I don't know what the stone people are, but actually I could read what the stone people are. It says what they are. Okay. These stone people stand in their ever-present vigil along with the shores of an ocean whose tides have receded, leaving the remnants of water upon which we see them reflected. The sky, a soft and mobile backdrop for these solid beings, suggests peace and calm. They exude power only moved and shaped by other earth elements. Okay, so it's just about the long past when we've left the earth for the world of spirit, these ancient beings will remain witness to all that transpires before their bodies. That's interesting. Okay, so remain vigilant at this time, but not out of fear. Vigilant simply means opening up your mind and senses to information as it is presented to you through your eyes, your ears, your physical sensations, and detached thoughts. It is especially true in two main areas. First, follow any gut feelings that tell you to be wary about someone or something. Second, pay close attention to an important opportunity that presents itself, one that may enhance your life and the lives of others. Maintain your vigilance of the clues around you and inside of you. Assess what is emanating from your body and then sort out any conditioned responses from what is purely instinctual. Examine the situation with heart, intuition, and mind in harmony. For this is how vigilance serves you. Detach, take a breath, and stand tall in your stature. So another way I would put this is don't take action until you are aligned. So that's why it's saying like examine with your heart and your intuition, but keep your mind in harmony. when you are in harmony, you're able to make those decisions easier. And you feel more confident in it. And this also connects with your instincts as well, like Jess's card. Because we're going to be feeling a lot through this season. So this is basically saying you're going to allow yourself to feel that all that's going on around you and inside of you is basically what this card's saying. Because it's going to come up. Don't judge it. Detach yourself from it and allow yourself to feel it. And that's all. It'll be good. You got it. You'll be fine. Okay. Kate. Oh, you got the new moon card. Promise. Are you gonna promise me you're gonna set intentions this new moon?
I am. I've actually been thinking about like a lot of stuff that like I want to do. So, and it keeps coming up for me. So
that's awesome, and that's next week. So that's perfect, and that's what actually your moon scope said too. So how perfect. Okay, so this says, this is a time to launch a project, a new relationship, or renew something that has been put aside for a later date. With your intention and willingness to allow a full cycle to complete itself, that which you desire will manifest. The seed of that idea is ready to emerge from the darkness of your subconscious into your full awareness. The next step is to put into action what is required to fully realize this idea. A promise has two meanings. It can be a commitment and guarantee to yourself or someone else that a particular thing will happen, or can imply that something specific is expected to happen. When your will is aligned with the will of spirit and your intention is focused upon what you wish to have happen, there will be fulfillment and the promise is kept. That's a good one.
alrighty then.
High note over there. All right, ladies, any questions for me before we go to bed?
My little sister, can you pull a card for?
Yeah, totally. What's your sister's name?
Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't wait to pull you a card. I'm excited you're here. Okay. Ooh, I like this card. So this is the Desert Vision Quest. This is a cool card. And I know you're going through a lot right now, right? So this card, I'll read it first and then I'll add on to it more. Hold on, let me find it. Okay. So a vision quest is a process whereby you spend a few days in the wilderness alone. You're not doing that. But basically, it's like allowing yourself to just be with yourself without any distractions. So typically you carry only water and send some sacred items with you, and you spend most of your time praying or meditating. So many who have completed a vision quest assert that it is a powerful and even life-changing experience and report vivid and profound revelations. It is said that the desert does not lie. So partaking in this can help you discover the truth about your purpose, or at least give you some clues. It is time for you to go on a vision quest and designate a place in nature in which to dwell, whether for a couple hours or a few days. Spend the majority of your time while there praying and meditating. It is best to be in a location where you can truly find solitude, even if it's in a quiet corner of a park for an afternoon. Wherever you go, take your question, concern, or challenge with you into prayer and meditation. Allow it to float around in your consciousness and watch what shows up. This is one of the more powerful cards. By drawing it, whatever other messages you may have received are amplified threefold. So this is a really powerful card. So basically, whatever you're going through right now, Spirit is asking you to just allow yourself to sit with it, not distract yourself from it, but really contemplate over it. Use contemplation. Allow yourself to just feel into it. Allow yourself to feel those emotions that come with it. And just meditation is really going to help you with that. And especially what we're connecting with right now, like it is allowing you to feel and be in that stillness within you. So meditation can really help you right now with whatever you're going through. Being in nature helps too, and just like minimizing distractions and just allow yourself to maybe just like take a nature walk and just be. Don't be on the phone. Just like be with whatever you're feeling without trying to avoid it and like tune it out. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. I love that card. So, and I was getting chills as I was reading it, which just makes it even stronger. So that's awesome. But you are welcome to do the meditations with us. Were you doing it with us or no?
I don't know. It's weird. Like, I can't, like, focus enough to get into it. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Are you in your mind a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes practice. And basically, when you meditate, the first step I would say is to just listen without trying to make anything happen and train your mind to come back to where, like, what you're hearing and like what you're experiencing. And as you do that, you'll get better at it. Instead of getting frustrated that nothing's happening or you don't know what you're doing if you're doing it right. Like, don't worry about that part. Just train your mind to come back to what the experience is. And if you shift away from it and get in your mind and you're not focused, that's okay. Just like when it comes to your awareness to come back, as you do that, you'll get better at it. It's practice like everything else, but you have to stay consistent with it. So that's why I created this group to meet with the girls consistently. So they're bringing it into their routine and practicing. And it's harder to do it on your own, honestly. I feel like as a group, it's much easier. So you are more than welcome to come to show up when I have them here. We'll be doing one next week for a new moon. So, and those are the fun ones because it's intentional. You'll be setting new intentions and new beginnings for yourself and what you want to bring into your life. So that's a great one to do with us. I don't know what my card is. So I'm glad I'm meeting you though. This is awesome. So that's great. But I hope you're feeling okay. Do you have any questions for me? Are you good?
I don't think I have any questions.
Okay, just checking. I always like to ask. All right, girls. Well, I'm going to go to bed and lay in my nice, comfy bed.
Okay, I'm sorry for all the questions. The first meditation I did is the garden one where you go and there's a bench and there's someone that comes to see you. Do you know which one that is?
Yes, I know which one that is. Are you saying you want me to find the link so I could send it to you?
Or if you can remember when you did it. I tried looking for it and I searched all the videos in the sisters one and the mamas one and I could not find it. So I don't know if it's my
We
favorite
did
one.
that one a few times.
I thought so because I know I've done it twice, but I don't.
I
So-
didn't label it. Okay. I can try.
And I don't know what to look for. So if you know what you would have labeled it, I could search for it that way.
I also wonder if it's one you commented on too in Divine Holistic Mamas. So I can check through that too and see if you commented, and I'll find it. I will find it for you for sure.
Thank you. I really want Kate to do that one. So
Okay, cool. She's going to love that one. I love that one too because I feel like it really sets the intentions to connect in that one.
yeah.
What?
What? Someone say
Oh,
something?
sorry. Matt told me I left the
clock
pizza
is
cutter in my car.
You did what?
I left a pizza cutter in my car. What are you talking about?
Are you cutting pizza in your car?
I apparently left a pizza box in my car when I went to my mom's house. Sorry, guys. Didn't realize that this would bring us on a tangent.
That's funny. So it's all good. All right, Jess, I'll send that to you so you guys can.
Thank you so much.
All right, love you, ladies. I'll talk to you next.
Bye.
Bye.